Hi YouTube. Oh, here we are back with the Narrowboat. This is part 13, and in this video I'm going to try and get it ready for the water. This is part 13. I'll probably one more after this, but this one will be painting the outside of the hull black, getting the rest of the deck done green, all the bits and pieces. I'm not going to put the fancy bits inside like the smoke generator, but I will get it to the point where it's ready for the water and at least able to give it a test. This is the black that I'm putting on. It's a water-based paint with a satin finish. It'll require 2 coats. It's a paint I've used before with quite good effect, and I've masked the deck areas off, as you can see. I'll show you what the paint is in just a moment, but it's quite reasonably priced actually, sold by Screwfix in the UK. That's the one. All coat, Zinsa all coat, black satin. I do follow a couple of the full-size Narrowboat vlogs, notably Journey with Jono and Cruising the Cut. And I'll just remark to you guys that this is a lot easier black in mine than it is black in yours, particularly on the bottom. I don't know what all the fuss is about really. Coat 1 of 2. I'll just let you see this bit, because if I go on much longer it's going to be about as entertaining as watching paint dry. So I'll be back with you shortly on the next stage. Well, the outside is now blacked. That grey on the inside I've had problems with, not in itself, but if you try to put almost any other paint on top of it, it blisters up. So I've had to be really careful not overlapping that with any spray paint in particular. And I'm wondering if the same thing's going to happen to the black, because these areas and this patch at the front is all going to have to be green, and I want to know whether the primer or the green is going to react with the black. If it does, then I'm going to have to be really careful masking up in areas like this not to overlap the black. So what I'm going to do, the masking tape that I used obviously has got some black on it, and I've taped some to that bit of paper, and what I'll do, I'll spray a bit of the grey primer that I intend to use. That's me just shaking the skin over the black and see if it reacts. So I'll try to do this one-handed, which I can't get the top off. Be with you in a moment. Right, here goes. Give it a good coat. Just leave that for a moment now, see if it reacts. And another issue I've had, which I'll attempt to show you, is the motor coupling. Now I tried to align the motor exactly with the prop shaft, and as you can see I've used a solid coupling just here. Now they all say don't use a solid coupling, use a universal joint, but if I push this prop shaft in here, it goes in beautifully, so it must be exactly lined up. But still, when I tighten those grub screws up and put the motor on, it vibrates like crazy. So I'm hoping that if I put a universal joint in there, it will smooth all that out, even though there doesn't appear to be any misalignment. So I do have a universal joint on order. I'll show you a picture of it in a moment. So I'll come back to that black, or rather the grey on the black. It doesn't appear to be reacting. I'll give it another 10 minutes. And if that's the case, then I needn't be too fussy. Masking this off to do the green, I can allow a little bit of black to show through and put the green over the top. But I do have to watch this grey on the inside, because it's any spray paint on that at all and it blisters up like crazy. Right, I'll do a bit of masking up and back with you shortly. Right, all masked up, ready for the green. Oh, it'll be primer first, of course. Those two side strips and the patch right at the bow. Primer, green gloss, and then I'll put a coat of clear on top. The clear I use is quite hard, and that's why I use it. The masking tape I use for the bits that really matter is this stuff, frog tape. It's yellow and it's about 5 times the price of the ordinary common or garden masking tape, but it has the advantage that you get a really nice sharp line, you don't get any bleed under of the paint, and also you don't peel the paint off that it sticks to. It's worth the extra money, I think, but for just sticking paper to paper I use the ordinary stuff. So I'll get on with a bit of spraying and catch you later. Well, that's the universal joint that I've ordered from China. It looks quite a nice job actually. It's stainless steel, and the beauty of it is I won't have to machine it because it's 1/8 of an inch one end for the motor and 4mm the other for the prop shaft. Taking a while to arrive. Some things from China take 5 days, others take 5 weeks. This is more like 5 weeks. Right, ready to start assembling. And I must connect up this rudder to the servo. It's going to be a fiddly job because it's got grub screws in the operating arm and they're at the bottom. So just putting in the rudder operating shaft for a start. Remember to put the rudder in place. Right, that's all connected up. Now just have to put the battery on and the radio. It's going to occur to me in a minute that I really ought to have a longer lead, servo lead for the rudder, otherwise when I've got the rear deck in place it won't reach, or I won't be able to get at it. Well, I think it's just about all connected up. Time to put the transmitter on. That's my cheap Chinese one, which actually works very well. The rudder seems to be okay. Now you hear that engine vibration. So put the rear deck in place. I've already cleared the paint out of those threads. Make life a little bit easier. Put that extension piece on now. And there it is. Ready for the water. A few bits left to do still. There will be one more instalment of this. There will be a part 14. There might even be a part 15 with an onboard video and the extra bells and whistles, not literally, and the smoke, etc. But thanks for watching, and there'll be more, so keep your eyes open for part 14. Bye for now.